So, we're gonna be recapping Kingdom Hearts. If I start echoing, we have an exclamation echo command to like kind of like yell at me to let me know, right? Um, I'll be doing my best to like I'm doing my best to recap this, right? So like I will try to be reading chat, but I think that will maybe like not the priority as bad as that is to say. And also for the stream for funsies, we have a Kingdom Hearts a Keyblade throw item for channel points. Um, I don't know if it will work, and hopefully it will, but I thought that'd be fun. Anyways, so Kingdom Hearts 1. Sorry guys, not cold. Kingdom Hearts 1. A summary mostly from memory. So before we get into the plot, we got to go over the rules. Um, AKA some things you just kind of have to accept about the series. We're being so for real. Number one, hearts are not actually hearts. In Kingdom Hearts, when we refer to hearts, we are talking about a metaphorical heart, something that I guess would be more considered a soul if we were talking like regular people. Pause. This wasn't. It was scuffed like usual. I noticed this like later. I don't know if that would be important for later, but whatever. Anyways, what was I saying? Something. So yeah. So a heart in Kingdom Hearts is going to refer to something more like a soul, like we're talking like regular humans do. Um, Less of an organ that pumps actual blood. Uh, I need to be here. Two. Light equals good and dark equals bad. Kingdom Hearts gets a lot of shit for its like convoluted story, but at its core, Kingdom Hearts is basically just a story about uh good versus evil, and some other things to note. When we're talking about light, we are talking about not quite like we're not talking just like in terms of metaphor. We're also talking about like tangible forces and also like tangible realms and maybe even like tangible human characters. But like that part's a little bit confusing because the Kingdom Hearts franchise has not explained that yet. But light equals good, dark equals bad. Number three, if you lose your heart, you become one of these guys called a heartless, right? And when you lose your heart and become a heartless, that is not the same thing as dying. And number four, keyblades do quite a lot of things. They are in fact big keys that do like actual key things, like unlock things, but they also do lots of metaphorical things, like um, wake people up. Wish I wish I was joking, guys. uh and number five, remember that this is a remember that Kingdom Hearts is a crossover between Final Fantasy and Disney, so you will in fact be seeing the cast of various Final Fantasy characters and the fleet of Disney characters, but Kingdom Hearts centers its original characters first and foremost. So don't honestly don't expect a lot from these guys. They're cameos in a different story. Okay, so getting into our story, we start in a world called Destiny Islands, a cluster of islands, but we really only care about one island, the iconic one. And actually, we really only care about three characters who frequent this island: Sora, the happy-go-lucky protagonist; Riku, the moody, edgy best friend; and Kairi, the girl. I wish that wasn't her personality, but at least for this game, it is. Um, Hold on. Pause. Okay. Quick text from the mother. And I need to turn the music off for this part because it's an audio gag that I hope works. Um, anyway, so if you know anime, you definitely already know the archetypes of these characters. But oh man, the audio didn't work. I'm so sad. It's okay. It was a little joke. Yeah, I'm sad. Anyways, but finding their set of islands boring, they build a raft with the intent to sail away on a grand adventure. But then the night before they're about to sail off with like two coconuts and a dream, it gets all stormy, and all of a sudden these guys start appearing on the island, and you have to fight them with your wooden sword that does actually zero damage. And so Sora tries to fight them off with this super useless weapon of a wooden sword until boom, Keyblade appears. And surprise, Sora's the chosen one because yes, Kingdom Hearts is also a chosen one story, kind of. So Sora beats up some Heartless, and then Riku, who's also on the island when it's dark and stormy. Sidebar, just like none of these kids actually live on the island. This is like an island that they go to like hang out. Like their parents, they have parents. I don't whatever. Um, anyways, Riku finds this portal of darkness and it's like, hey yo, shortcut. Let's go. And Sora's like, yeah, what if we didn't though? And then Riku's kind of shrugs, and then he okay, my notes I say whooshes into the portal, but it's more like he kind of gets dragged under. Then Destiny Islands explodes. Kind of literally. And then Kyrie also kind of just like actually whooshes through Sora, which and then disappears. I told you that her personality was the girl. But also, while Destiny Islands is in the process of exploding and Kyrie's whooshing through Sora, um, the King Mickey Mouse sort of just leaves, and he leaves a note for Donald and Goofy to go quote find the Keyblade wielder, and it's kind of like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever that means. So now Goofy and Donald are tasked with finding the Keyblade wielder across all the different various worlds that exist within Kingdom Hearts 1, at least. And theoretically, like all the worlds that exist, period. To Sora, though. After flying through nothingness between worlds, he finds himself in Traverse Town, a sort of refuge for inhabitants of worlds that have been consumed by darkness, aka exploded. And in Traverse Town, he meets Leon, Yuffie, Aerith, and Sid, and also technically these guys. But more importantly, Leon, when he sees Sora, specifically like, hey yo, the Keyblade! And then he immediately tries to fight Sora with the intent to kill. But then Sora meets up with Donald. Then Sora meets up with Donald and Goofy. Whoops. I messed up. Sorry, guys. So he meets up with Donald and Goofy, and they form the quote 3.5 pints as they refer to themselves. Just as another rule for the series, you will explicitly hear these three be referred to as Sora, Donald, Goofy in this order and only in this order. Let's see if the audio will work this time. I hope it does. Hold on, let me move this over here. Hit play.
And Goofy.
Oh, we're Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Sora, Donald, Goofy.
So, okay, one, I'm glad that worked, but yeah, and by the way, those were scenes from Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, I kid you not, it's always Sora, Donald, and Goofy. But Sora is tasked with sealing the Keyblades of various worlds to protect them from exploding to the darkness. And also in hopes of finding Riku and Kairi, with the accompanied by Donald and Goofy, whom he barely likes, by the way. Like these people do not vibe with each other yet. Like they barely tolerate each other. Like Donald and Goofy are literally only here because Mickey said so. Also another thing, in terms of like Kingdom Hearts gameplay, Donald will actually be the most useless party member. So whenever there is a chance to get rid of him, I do. But they are given 2 worlds as they are tasked with traveling throughout the world. Number 1, do not interfere with the world order. So this means, for example, if Anna from Frozen is meant to freeze and sacrifice herself for Elsa, I could not think of a Kingdom Hearts 1 example. Sora, Donald, and Goofy have to sit back and watch from the sidelines and maybe make comments. They cannot stop this event from happening. And 2, they are not allowed to tell the normies that there are other worlds. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the rule number 1. So this means, for example, if they visit like Simba from the Lion King, we also have to turn ourselves into various Pride Land animals to blend in with the surroundings. And given like the Kingdom Hearts 1 graphics, it is very funny. But elsewhere, while Donald and Goofy are teaming up with Sora reluctantly, Riku emerges from the dark creepy portal of Darkness, a shortcut that he found way back in Destiny Islands, if you recall. And he meets Maleficent and her league of villainous evildoers maniacally uniting for frightening investments in naughtiness. And Maleficent's kind of like, "Hey, yo, squad up, Fortnite," you know? And Riku sort of shrugs and is kind of like, "Yeah, sure, okay." But like in reality, he has technically two goals, and that is to find Sora and Kairi and to make sure that they are okay. But but back to our main protagonist of Sora. They go to all of the various Disney worlds that basically really don't matter plot wise. But you know what? This is my presentation, so I'm gonna give you my personal gripes I have with each of these worlds and maybe a highlight or two. In Wonderland, we find out that Alice from Alice in Wonderland is a quote princess of heart, which is basically just someone with zero darkness in their heart. You know, like so like if they get we discussed I think it was like what rule 1, rule 2 or something. You lose your heart, you become a heartless. If a princess of heart loses their heart, they do not become a heartless because they do not have any darkness in their heart. Very simple and clean rules, right? Um anyway, so but that Alice is a princess of heart is such a big from me because the other princesses of heart are Snow White, Jasmine, Belle, Cinderella, and Aurora. So it kind of makes you wonder like quite a few things because like Disney has their Disney princesses line and like most of these guys like do show up in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, but but I guess now the Disney princess lineup needs to include Alice because Princess of Heart and Kingdom Hearts. Anyways, Olympus Coliseum. By the way, Olympus Coliseum, you will be seeing Olympus Coliseum until the franchise dies. It's the Hercules world, by the way. So you meet Cloud in Olympus Coliseum. Olympus Coliseum, gameplay wise, it's basically just like not battle royale. It's just like a tournament. But so you meet Cloud, um, who is and Cloud has teamed up with Hades, and they were also trying to kill Sora. Oh yeah, that's Hades. And just for reference, Hades is in fact in cahoots with Maleficent. Um, so then we go to Deep Jungle, aka the Tarzan world, aka the worst world in all of Kingdom Hearts as a franchise, except for maybe the Frozen world. And die on no, actually no, it's worse than the Frozen world, and I will die on this hill. And so you know what? Just give me the space to complain. To give me the space to complain here while I like sit up in my chair. So one of the boss fights in Deep Jungle is with Clayton from Tarzan, and so during this boss fight, like, hold on. Oh, I forgot you guys were just listening to my voice. My bad. So during this boss fight, Clayton from Tarzan, like, uh, he dies, or is also maybe succumbs to darkness. It's I can't remember, but either way, he turns into this guy, and this is actually one of the most ass fights of the game. I think it's maybe like it's like this. Mm, it's like the second most ass fight in the game. In my opinion. And then there's also like this platforming, and the video is like not doing really hot right now, but there's this platforming section with the vines, and that's actually ass. And then there's this shit with the like if you fall down, you land in actually one of the most ass rooms like ever. And like it's something with the way that the programming of like the way that like Sora visually is gonna like you think he can clear the ledge. He does not. It's Kingdom Hearts 1, y'all. Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora is not the floaty man that we see in Kingdom Hearts 3 and also Smash. Um also, in case you were wondering, Clayton from Tarzan is not in cahoots with Maleficent and Hades. So R.I.P. to that guy. And now you would think that the world order goes like this, right? Because why not? False. We actually go back to Traverse Town. And it's at this point that Sora runs into Riku, who's like he's kind of being weird in a way that I can't really describe. Like he's weird in a way that he's not weird later, and we'll get there. But Sora's like, wow, we went to 4 whole worlds to find you. And Riku's sort of like, yeah, that's cool. Later, losers. And so then Donald and Goofy are also like, hey, look, Sora's the Keyblade Master. And Riku's like, ooh. And then Donald and Goofy then say, yeah, Riku can't come along with us. Glad you found your friend, let's ditch him. So then, of course, because we know Riku has allied himself with Maleficent and Love Muffin, right? And right, Riku's whatever. And so Riku goes back to Maleficent, and Maleficent's like, "See, look at how your friends ditched you. He has new friends now." And she's like really preying on that like 13, 14-year-old friendship insecurity, you know? We've all been there. And she's like, you know, like, oh look, like Sora's moved on from you, even though it was Donald and Goofy who were the ones to say, "Hey, yo, let's ditch him. Let's leave that guy." I don't know. And also, you know, around this time, and I totally forgot this, by the way. I had to like go look at something after like I thought about it a good while after I finished the slideshow initially. We meet up with Merlin from I think he's from Sword in the Stone. I don't know. Merlin. And we find out how to use summons, but we're also introduced to the Winnie the Pooh book. And the Winnie the Pooh book holds the 100 Acre Woods, a different world. And basically, it's just an interlude world with like mini games, and you have to find the pages and throughout the various worlds that you go through. Like it's basically another collectible, right? And yeah, like I think overall plot wise, right? Like it's no surprise that none of the Disney worlds actually matter in terms of the overall overarching Kingdom Hearts plot, but like the 100 Acre Woods really don't impact anything. Like I forgot about the 100 Acre Woods. Like I forgot about it. And then I was listening to like the Kingdom Hearts OST, and then the 100 Acre Woods song came on, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the 100 Acre Woods, they are a thing." Forgot. But I mean, I guess it's cool you get to hang out with these guys. But let's be so for real. Like, the 100 Acre Woods is so unimpactful. Like, more so than like the Tarzan world. Anyways, back to the Disney worlds that don't matter but matter more than the 100 Acre Woods. Our next stop, Agrabah, aka Aladdin World. And I'll be real, I get Kingdom Hearts Agrabah and Kingdom Hearts 2 Agrabah like extremely confused. But I don't know. I think we fight Jafar like twice. So, yeah. And also while we're at it, Jafar bro is in fact in cahoots with Hades and Maleficent. So, and then between worlds, once we're leaving Agrabah and on to the next place that I can't remember the name of. The gummy ship, which is our ship that we use to travel between worlds, the gummy ship gets swallowed by Monstro from Pinocchio, so I guess that's its own world now. And long story short, Pinocchio can't sit still to save his life, then he gets kidnapped by Riku. So that's fun. And also, okay, once we get out of Monstro, let me relate this. Let me relate this to some other gaming franchise that we may be aware of. So 2D Mario levels, pre Mario Wonder, like they're ass, right? Like we all agree that all 2D that almost all 2D Mario levels are ass. Well, Atlantica from The Little Mermaid is not averse to such ass, even if it is an optional world. Atlantica is also aware that the other what top three, the other two of the top three most ass fights occur because of the water mechanics. At least we look like this, and also this is what I meant by we need to blend in with the worlds. When we were talking about the rules that Sora, Donald, and Riku need to follow. So yeah, we're little sea creatures now. Um, but again, so the swimming mechanics absolutely make the first sort of cool fight against Ursula really lame, and it makes the Ursula fight against it makes the second fight against Kaiju Ursula actually like ass. Like this is like the game, this is like the level that makes me want to rage quit every single time. I understand that Atlantica is optional. However, my completionist ass can't handle that. Also, in case you were wondering on Ursula's status, she is in fact not in league with Maleficent, Jafar, and Hades. So she joins Clayton from Tarzan, with being rejected from the Evil Villains Club. And next is Halloween Town from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And we look like this now, little Halloweeny guys. And, the guys in Halloween Town think that these guys, which are the Heartless, by the way, you can tell by the emblem, are just cool little guys. They think they're just chill, cool little guys. So it's a little bit silly. And I'm also like 90% sure that like the Heartless are actually just like cool little guys, and then we show up, and then the Heartless starts like attacking everybody. So awkward. Honestly, I really don't remember much about Halloween Town. Like, the Oogie Boogie fight was kind of ass. The Shock Lock and Barrel fight was also ass. Top five ass fights. Whatever. Let's just move on to Neverland. Wait, actually, never mind. Never mind. Hold on. I'm actually remember that Oogie Boogie actually turns into a tree, and this is how the final boss is, and this is how like the last fight. This is actually the last fight in in Halloween Town. So never mind on everything I said. This world is actually Pog. They're a tree the whole time. Anyways, Neverland, yeah. Um, it was Pog the whole time. Anyways, so speaking of you know what the opposite of Pog is? Riku has Kyrie's lifeless body. Mm? Yeah. We learn how to fly indefinitely, which is not game breaking in a platformer. Um, oh, thank you, thank you. I hydrate. But back to the actual plot. Because after Neverland is Hollow Bastion, which is an original world like Destiny Islands, like Traverse Town. And the first thing we find there is Riku actively antagonizing Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Because I guess Riku kidnapped Belle? I don't know. Anyways, so when we roll up there, so once Riku has realized that we have rolled up to the party, Riku then taunts Sora, who, by the way, still has the Keyblade, and so Riku taunts Sora for being like, I don't know, lame or something, and then he says something weird. He says something along the lines of, "Yeah, also surprise, the Keyblade Master. That's actually me and not you, loser." So one thing to know about Keyblades in this game is that they're sort of like Harry Potter wands and that they choose their master. And I cannot take credit for this analogy, by the way. I found this in a YouTube video and I thought it worked well. Um, so with that in mind, apparently back when Riku was like, noise, shortcut off the island via the darkness TM, like when this all happens, right? Remember this from earlier, right? Um, So when that happened, the Keyblade, which had originally chosen Riku, immediately got the ick and chose Sora instead. And you know what? Fair enough, me too. So the Keyblade swoops over to Riku, and he basically just goes, "Later, losers," and he leaves. And Donald and Goofy, they say this. Hold on, let's see if this will work. So yeah, Donald and Goofy, the Donald and Goofy guys. They
Our allegiance is with the Keyblade, not you, so.
By the way, that is like a really good. This video is actually a really good overview of Kingdom Hearts up until 3, and it's great. Anyways, so now you have to adventure through Hollow Bastion with I didn't turn the music back on, did I? Anyway, so now you have to adventure through Hollow Bastion with Beast from Beauty and the Beast and your wooden sword from the beginning of the game that did no damage if you recall. So, pro tip, just let Beast like handle all of the fighting for a hot minute. Like you're gonna do -5 damage, I promise. So inside the castle, because Hollow Bastion is it's a castle. There's a castle. Riku and Sora fight. Although Riku is beginning, it's like I think he's like at the beginning of his edgy phase. You know, like he's not quite there yet. He still looks pretty normal, even though he's being mean and fake friend energy. So Sora defeats Riku, and he shows the strength of his heart by defeating Riku with his actually useless wooden sword. And so the Keyblade gets the ick from Riku yet again, and goes back to Sora. And the ever loyal Donald and Goofy re-ally themselves with Sora, but also the Keyblade, because again, their allegiance is technically with the Keyblade, not the Keyblade wielder. Awkward. And upon losing, Riku actually becomes edgy. And he also gets like a little weird, like he starts talking in like double voice, you know? And he goes to meet up with Maleficent, who is actively trying to open the door to Kingdom Hearts using the seven princesses of Hearts, which has apparently been their goal the whole time. I just didn't go over it because it wasn't that important. They kidnapped Alice, like from Alice in Wonderland when we were there. I guess they already had Belle. They kidnapped Jasmine at the end of Agrabah. Like this has been happening in the background. I was just too busy complaining. But as you can tell, it doesn't look. We're missing two. I forgot to add Cinderella. Who cares? But we remember Cinderella's there. Cinderella's there in heart. Okay, but like, if you recall earlier, I only went over 6 of the 7 princesses of heart. So surprise, Kyrie's the 7th. Gasp. But problem, if you recall from Neverland, Kyrie, she's just an empty body. She's actually an empty body. She's not dead. She's just an empty body. She got no heart, which is what they need to open Kingdom Hearts. Go figure. So in reality, they really only have 6 out of 7 keys, if you will. So that's a problem for them. Like they gotta find wherever the hell Kyrie's heart is. And as a last minute attempt to like stop Sora, buy more time, I don't know. Edgy Riku turns Maleficent into her dragon form, and after like a pretty decent boss fight by my memory, Maleficent's defeated, and then Riku mocks Maleficent for dying, and now Kingdom Hearts Love Muffin is dead and will never return, sadly. And this bit will also never return. Also, Riku, he's now he got a new name now. Edgy Riku, he's got a new name now. He's calling himself Ansem Seeker of Darkness. You can very clear line from Riku slash edgy Riku. But yeah, he's calling himself Ansem Seeker of Darkness. And also, I think I said this earlier, but I think actually now is when he gets this cool double voice whenever he talks. Like it's giving it's just a phase, mom. But yeah, he's also so remember how he lost the Keyblade? Turns out not a problem. That's a non-problem because he's using this one now. And I have no idea what this one's called because like all the Kingdom Hearts Keyblades have names and shit. Like I think a really famous one is it was in like the Phantom Oathkeeper, right? But Sora's is called Kingdom Keeper, and just like you know. But yeah, we fight Riku again, and he tells us apparently that Kyrie's heart has been inside us the whole time. So remember when Kyrie went vroop through Sora's body and then disappeared? That was her heart taking refuge in Sora's heart. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. There goes her heart. And after defeating hello. After defeating Riku for the second or maybe third time, I don't remember, to save Kyrie, Sora aims his Keyblade at himself, unlocks his heart, his and Kyrie's heart technically, or something, and now the door to Kingdom Hearts is complete. But but Kyrie has her heart back. So win some, you lose some. So Sora does not have a heart, and do we perhaps may have to remember what happens when you lose your heart and you're not a princess of heart? I want to see if I get any audience participation for this one. Hog. You turn into a heartless these guys. No, you do. Oh, God. So you turn into a heartless. That's correct. So now you play as this guy for a hot minute as you try to catch up with Kyrie, Donald, and Goofy who are fleeing Hollow Bastion, and you're kind of like, guys, wait up for me. I'm Sora. I swear, look at my ID card. I look exactly like him. And so we're at the ground floor, and Kyrie, Donald, and Goofy are like getting flooded with Heartless. But Kyrie's like, you know what? You know what, guys? Hard pause and everything, guys. I recognize this one specifically. And and then she transforms Sora Heartless back into Sora. And I believe the Wikipedia uses somehow, like I don't know, guys. But you do a very quick Traverse Town intermission, followed by a Hollow Bastion interlude, and whatever. Okay, long story short is that Sora, Donald, and Goofy they find themselves at the end of the world, which is where all the worlds that have been swallowed up by darkness have gone. So yeah. Hmm. Okay. So you travel through the end of the world, which is ironically enough, it's its own realm. It's its own world, right? So you travel through the ends of the world, and you eventually fight Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. And if you recall, this was the guy. It turns out that this guy he was possessing Edgy Riku. This guy's Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, he was possessing Riku. When Riku turned to Edgy, it was actually just Ansem possessing Riku. But in true Kingdom Hearts fashion, we fight Ansem like 3 different times, and he turns at least he turns into a boat in the last one. And after fighting Boat Ansem, regular Ansem Secret of Darkness is like, well, I'm gonna open the door to Kingdom Hearts. It's all darkness for real, for real. And Sora's out here like, pause. I hope music works.
Supreme darkness!
You're wrong. I know now, without a doubt. Kingdom Hearts is light.
But why?
Pause. Let me turn the music back on. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Follow. I'm gonna return to this and I will do normal streamer address chat thing. Also, I just think it's so funny. I think it's a pause. I think it's so funny that the door opens and like the thing that Ansem Secret Darkness registers as normal to say is Supreme Darkness. Anyways, so despite the fact that the door opened to light and destroyed Ansem Seeker of Darkness, this door is actually called the Door to Darkness, ironically enough, and it also leads to a realm called Dark World, which is basically just like the darkness TM. Like, remember how we said the darkness and light had like physical realms? This is the realm of dark, okay? So the door is like, ajar. And Heartless are threatening to pour out of the darkness. So Sora, Donald, and Riku try their best to close the door, but it's like a really big door. And these guys are like really small in comparison to the door. So, try as they might, they are kind of unable to close the door to darkness. And this is what the inside of the Door to Darkness looks like. But you know what? Guess who's on the other side of the door? Regular emo Riku, not edgy Riku. Regular emo Riku. And he's also trying to help close the door from the inside. But he's also he's only slightly taller than Sora. Like, he's not that tall, right? And so try as they might, they still can't close the door. So then guess who shows up, right? Shirtless Mickey. Shirtless Mickey, because shirtless is important, by the way. We won't get there until a lot of games later, but shirtless is in fact very important. So yeah, shirtless Mickey shows up with the inverse of Sora's Keyblade, which looks like this, by the way. And together they seal the door to darkness, and shirtless Mickey from the inside, Sora from the outside, and then all the worlds that have been consumed by darkness reform, and yeah, end of the story, yippee! End of the story, yippee! But now we have to go find Mickey and Riku, who are trapped in the realm of darkness. But you know what? That's what we call a story for another day. The end. Question mark. So when I was just putting the slideshow together, right? Like, I wasn't sure if I was like, I knew I wanted to do all of the Kingdom Hearts, recap all of them, right? But I wasn't sure if I wanted to go in release order, which looks like this, or if I wanted to go in, a chronological order, which looks like this. Believe it or not, this will make more sense. And so the thing is, part of the fun is the fact that the games in release order, right? goes Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, and then it retroactively explains like more stuff that happened between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, I believe. And then and I think some of the chaos that like that series is known for it comes from the fact that the story is kind of told out of order, and also that all the side games are very important. But honestly, I mean, the series is already like pretty like chaotic, like by itself in your regular chronological order. Like wait until we get to time travel, guys. So I've made the decision that we will be doing kind of a hybrid of both. So we will be recapping in the tentative order of Kingdom Hearts 1, or which we did. Chain of Memories is next. Wait for it. 365 Days Over 2. That's how you say that one. Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. I understand those are kind of like out of order. However, oh wait, hold on. What? Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. Sorry, my clicker is out of order, out of sync. Then we're gonna do both Recoded and Birth by Sleep, 2.0, a fragment. Sorry, 0.2, a fragmentary passage. Boy, what a name. We're gonna do those together because it's like pretty short. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Recoded, and honestly, Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage is like not that long either. It was supposed to be more of like a tech demo, if you will, for Kingdom Hearts 3. Anyways, we're going to do Kingdom Hearts 3, and then Melody of Memory, which should not take long. And then lastly, maybe Union Cross, but that'll be really hard. That'll take a lot of time because I am not familiar with Union Cross at all, and yeah. But so yeah, I'll see you next time when we recap in Chain of Memories. And the end for real, for real. And that took us to about 45 minutes. Man, I had so much fun with getting all this shit together. Yes, thank you, thank you. I put so guys, this was a 91 slides, believe it or not. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I have in fact started working on Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Except I really have to like kind of like recall what Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories does, because I kind of remember what happens, but I also really don't remember what happens. Like I remember the round, right? But yeah, with this PowerPoint slideshow kind of like portions of stream, I'm really trying to get to like to like include like the really the like the memes, right? Like for example, like when Goofy dies, or what's another one? When Riku says to Riku, "I'm me," and then Riku says back to Riku, "I'm me," he says. Yeah, that's a fun scene. Alrighty, okay. I have to pick up something from the front door. We're gonna be on a very quick BRB, and then we get to figure out. No, it's not deep. It's if you were, I don't know how familiar you are with Kingdom Hearts, but those who know it is maybe one of the stupidest scenes. Um, anyways, I'm gonna pick up something from the front door. I think it's dinner. We're gonna be in a quick BRB. Yeah. Where is it?